When I sat down to work this morning, I couldn't help but smile because of how much happiness the relationship I'm in brings to me. So many of the videos I make are on, how to get a girlfriend, how to become more attractive. But I still think it's extremely important to understand what to do when you actually get the girl, when you're in the relationship. And yeah, I'm talking about relationships, but the same advice could be applied to the talking stage. I believe that every single man deserves to have the skills to have a healthy relationship, because being in a relationship that adds to your life and helps you become more confident is something that every single man deserves. My name is Frank. I help young men through self-improvement. That clearly introduced you to do us both a favor and click the like and subscribe button. I used to be the type of guy who, honestly, I had really bad trust issues. When I wasn't with my partner, I'd be shaking and, overthinking because I thought they were being unfaithful and maybe doing something. I'm sure a lot of guys can relate to that experience, always having anxiety around your partner and your relationships. If you're anything like me, maybe it's because you grew up not really seeing the healthiest of relationships. Maybe you were bullied in school. Relationships are not supposed to drain you or cause feelings of anxiety. There are 4 key principles that you must focus on if you want to have healthy relationships. Number 1, and this is before the relationship starts, you need to pick the right person. As a young man, it's so important you set extremely high standards for the people that you date. And many young men, because they're so desperate for attention, for a girl, they will completely overlook so many red flags, so many things that they shouldn't go after a girl because of, just because they're giving them some attention. Just because it's the first date they've gone on in a year. It's the first girl they've had show interest to them in a long time. But it's so crucial that you don't date a girl who doesn't check all of your boxes. And you need to set boundaries for the people that you talk to and know what your values are, and only look for a partner who aligns with those values. Bro, if she's always texting and Snapchatting other guys, and then you tell her, yeah, I don't really think that's cool for a relationship, and then she goes, actually you're insecure because that's bro, that's not the type of girl that you should be dating. So it is so incredibly important that you wait for the person who actually aligns with your values. Principle number 2, be present. When you are with your partner, it's so important that you're there not only physically, but mentally as well. Which this is something that, to be completely honest with you, I am still working on. Because when you have all this other stuff going on, it can be quite hard to just be completely present and focus on your partner. So if you find this is something that you're always struggling with, you're always, having trouble with staying present, with being there in the moment, start living a life that really aligns with your core purpose. I have noticed through my own life, when I'm being disciplined on my self-improvement and I'm pumping out YouTube videos, I'm doing all the right things, doing the things that I know I need to do, I am so much more present in my relationship because I know that I'm doing the right things. Whereas those days when I slip up and maybe I scroll on social media for 3 hours, or I go and play a little bit of video games, I feel a lot less present and I'm overthinking a lot more on days like that. So make sure you're always mentally there with your partner and you're also listening to what they're saying. A big test that a lot of girls will do to you when you're talking to them, and not only in relationships, but also in the talking stage, is when they tell you little details, do you remember them? Because if a girl talks about something that's important to her and she asks you about it later and you don't remember or you don't know what she said, that's going to be a major red flag to her, because girls want to know that you are listening to them and that they feel heard and understood. So make sure when you're there, you're not only there physically, but you're there mentally. You're there listening to what she has to say. Principle number 3, keep being your best self. One of the most common mistakes I have experienced in my own life, and I also see other men make, is when they stop working on themselves in their relationship and then begin to get worse. Now I can start cheating on my diet more and skipping the gym because I have the girl. We don't have to actually go on dates anymore. We can just sit inside and just watch movies all day. We all know that in order to attract a partner, the number 1 thing you can do is to just focus on becoming your best self. But it's so important that you also keep this up, and you don't only stay consistent, but you keep getting better during your relationship. Because they fell in love with you when you were working hard, when you were being disciplined. Now, the harsh reality about this is that you will inevitably have moments where you do slip up, where you start struggling on your self-improvement, where you start making mistakes. So what do you do when you actually get into these moments? It's important that you recognize when you do slip up and you change the behavior. You go, I've skipped my last couple workouts, so I got to get back in the gym. Or I've been sleeping in a lot more recently, so I need to get back to waking up early. Or whatever it was you were doing at the start, it's important that you're always mentally thinking, am I being my best self? And on days you slip up, the truth is a couple of days isn't going to hurt, right? You could go eat junk food for a couple of days. You could go skip doing your good habits for a couple of days and nothing's really going to change. But if you get in that funk where every single week for 3 months, you're having a couple of cheat days and staying up late, well, eventually over time, it's going to catch up. So if you go off track for a couple of days, that's totally normal. Don't beat yourself up. But also realize when you do and say, I'm not going to do this anymore, and get back on track. Principle number 4, keep your mission and purpose the focus. So many men, including me when I was younger, have like the dream reality of getting in a relationship and then, just watching movies and cuddling and eating snacks all day. And this might be a bit controversial to say, but I believe if you're a masculine man, if you're a goal-striving man who wants to become his best self, your relationship should never be the focus of your life. And you may think like, what the that's weird. Like, of course, your girl should be the focus over your goals. But when you start prioritizing your relationship and you stop focusing on the things that bring you fulfillment, the things that are important to you as a man, your mission and purpose, you will then start to resent your relationship because you feel like they're holding you back. You feel like that you're spending all this time with your girlfriend and you don't have any time to work on yourself. You don't have any time to work on the things that are important to you. So the way you go about this, in which you satisfy both things in your life, is, you still spend a lot of time with your girlfriend. Because some people might be like, what if you're married or what if you live together? That's completely fine. You can see your partner every day and it's not a problem. But it becomes a problem when you're sacrificing your goals, your purpose to hang out with your partner. So what you do is throughout the day, from when you wake up to, 4 or 5 p.m., you're focused on yourself. You're focused on the things that are important to you and striving to reach your goals. And then when you want to go see your girl or you want to take her out to a dinner or you want to hang out with her, you do that while being completely present. You don't think about business or anything else. No, you just focus on your relationship. So still make sure that you're spending a lot of time with your partner. I'm not telling you that you should never go and see them, that you should never hang out with your girlfriend, because that is like literally the biggest recipe for disaster in a relationship. What I'm saying is that never sacrifice your goals. Never stop working on what's important to you because you want to spend more time with your partner. So make sure in your relationship you're still taking care of business and you're still making progress towards your goals, because that is ultimately what is most important to you as a man. If you found this video helped you, be sure to click on the like and subscribe button and also turn on the post notifications so you can see the next time I upload. I am now also offering one-to-one coaching if that interests you, if you'd like to get my personal help. I also have a free Discord for young men who want to get on their self-improvement. So the links to all of that will be in the description below. I'll see you for the next video. Love you, bro.